For today's developer Q&A session, I'd like to welcome Kristina, our product marketing manager for Miro Apps. She's going to do a session with us and give us a few tips and best practices on marketing and distributing your new Miro apps. So without further ado, I will hand it over to Kristina to introduce herself.
Great, thanks so much, Will, and hi everyone, thanks for joining today. I'm Kristina, Product Marketing Manager for Miro's Apps and Integrations ecosystem, and I work on our developer platform team. So my responsibility is getting all of our new marketplace apps in front of users and ensuring that developers are successful and can reach and distribute their apps successfully to our user base. So for today, the focus is how to promote and distribute your new app after you've already launched it on the marketplace. So as many of you have already probably launched and built apps on Miro, you're probably wondering what to do after it's already gone live on Miro Marketplace. We know that the first 30 days of an app launch are most critical. It's the time when you get the chance to introduce the app to new users, to grasp their attention, and to excite them about trying something new. So that's why we've prepared a few tips and tricks for how to optimize this launch moment of your new app to drive long-term success. So we're going to take a look at 3 different steps. One is how to be successful on the Miro Marketplace. 2 is our channel marketing strategy for new apps. And then 3 is how to turn app users into repeat users. So first, we're going to take a look at how to be successful on the Miro Marketplace. So if you have submitted an app to the marketplace, you've probably gone through our checklist of what kind of things are required for your app listing. But with that, we also wanted to provide a few tips for how to create a great app listing. So we want to make sure that you have great app visuals, you optimize your search tags and categories, you have a clear app description, and you also provide the relevant resources and links so that app users can reach you and provide feedback. So first we want to take a look at your app visuals. So this is the most important part of representing what your app does, providing information about its value and functionality, and really telling your app story. So we have 2 tips here for making sure that your app visuals tell the right story and grasp your user's attention. One, on the app logo side, we want to make sure that your app logo is colorful, so preferably not black and white, because this will really stand out in the marketplace as well as in the app panel in the product. And it also has to clearly represent what your app does. And it should not be very abstract. So as you can see here, Easy Translator and Super Search both have great logos or app icons, which represent exactly what the app functionality is. So it's really easy to understand. And then on the app screenshot side, we also want to provide really clear and realistic screenshots of your app in action to make sure that users really understand what it does before they can use it. So you can see great examples here from Drawfry and Literal, who have created some app screenshots and have listed them on our marketplace. We also have more guidelines on the developer documentation, where you can find even more tips and tricks for creating your app visuals. And then we've also provided some free and public marketplace templates. So all you have to do is add in your own app screenshots and then just some copy to describe what your app does. And then you can essentially create the app screenshots to fit the requirements of the marketplace without having to do any extra work. So you can find those templates linked here in the board, which we'll share with you a little bit later. We also want to make sure that you're providing the right tags and categories. So as you upload your app to the marketplace, you'll be asked to provide search tags, which will help us with discoverability in the marketplace, both in the product and on the website. So make sure to add different tags that help describe what your app does and help users find it based on the functionality. And then also, we want to make sure that we're providing apps, making sure that we're adding apps to the right categories. So if you have relevant categories that fit some of our Miro use cases, make sure you let us know what those are so we can include your app in the right place on the marketplace. And then finally, we want to make sure that your app description is really clear and cohesive. So you can see a great example of an app description here on the right side, where you can see the clear value proposition of what the app does. It's saying that it's fast search as you type functionality, which helps you find content on the board. It's clear features and functionality descriptions, so you can see everything is listed in a bullet point format so that it's easy for users to read and understand. There's clear how to connect instructions, which helps users know exactly where they need to go to set up the app. And then finally, there's helpful links. So you can see the developer here has provided their email so that a user can reach out to them for feedback or ideas, and then their privacy policy so that any user or admin can access that if they have any questions. And then finally, you might have noticed that we've introduced app ratings on the marketplace. So that's another great way for you to encourage your app users to rate your app and provide feedback. We're encouraging our users to rate apps in the marketplace to show others about the great functionality that our apps offer and to encourage other users to try them. So make sure you're doing this with your users as well. Next, we'll take a look at our channel marketing strategy. So what that means is once you've launched the app on the marketplace, how do you actually get it in front of users? And what is the promotion strategy that you're going to use to make sure it lands in the hands of users at the right time? So we have a few tips here. We're recommending that you create a dedicated app landing page to describe what it does and to let users get to know you as a developer. We're also recommending that you leverage social and community channels to reach your users and audience. And then we're also providing you with some additional free templates for app promotion across social channels. So let's take a look at a few examples of other developers who have done these tips. We see Refractive has created a landing page for all of their Miro Marketplace apps, which is a great summary to really show users all that they've done to build apps on the marketplace and also provide ways for users to get to know the developer and interact with them and provide feedback. We've also seen developers create launch announcements for their apps on Product Hunt. So Product Hunt is a great way to announce updates or new product launches or new app launches. Get your community to upvote on your announcements, and then potentially get added to the Product Hunt newsletters, which I believe the weekly newsletter has over 1 million subscribers. So it's a great way to get visibility for your app. We're also recommending you to share an announcement about your new app in the Miro Discord channel, as well as the Miro community forum, which is where a lot of our existing users interact, ask questions, and submit feature requests. So another example of kind of a developer reaching out to users directly via the community forum was Vedran, who created the Super Search app. So he saw that there was a top voted feature request, which was find and replace text, and he built an app to solve that problem. So then he was able to respond directly in the marketplace and let users know that he has solved the problem with an app. We also recommend utilizing social channels. So our Miro account is very active on LinkedIn. So we recommend publishing a LinkedIn or a Twitter post and tagging Miro. This way you get more visibility, comments, and reshares by not only our Miro account, but also the community in general. And then most recently, we actually had a developer, Drawify, also create a number of Miroverse templates that go with their app. So this is a great way for you to actually educate users on what your app does and how to utilize it in the context of a Miro template and a real Miro use case. And then finally, via the same link, you can actually access our social promotion templates. So these are created to fit the requirements of LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook posts. So all you have to do is add your app name, logo, and then use this in your social post around social channels to promote. Finally, we're going to take a look at how to actually turn the one-time app users into repeat users. So this is something that we tend to do at Miro to re-engage our audience and to really grasp their attention as we're kind of growing our engaged user base. We recommend doing this in order to build loyalty so that your users will continue coming back, using your app, and even recommending it to some of their teammates or friends. So we recommend enabling users a direct way to provide feedback about your app. We also recommend engaging your users after they've used the app once or twice, and also notifying them about product updates. So you can see a great example of a developer who has created a submission form for feedback, ideas, issues, or bugs. So you can do this on your landing page as an embedded form. You can also just create a type form or even a Google form, which will let users submit feedback, questions, or comments directly, and then you can take that feedback and provide updates to your app directly from the user's requests. We also recommend checking out the Miro community because that's another place where a lot of our users tend to provide feedback and questions, or providing an email so that users can reach out to you directly. It's a great way to engage with the community and show them that you're continuing to make improvements. We also encourage you to use social forums. So again, Discord or the Miro community, where a lot of our power users actually discuss products and feedback, and you can engage in real life conversations with them. So it's a great way to even source ideas for new apps or new features, and source inspiration. We also recommend getting in touch with users after they've tried the app for the first time. So this is an example of a developer who has created a Looker embed, and he has sent an onboarding email for their embedded experience. So he wants to engage the user after they've tried the experience for the first time and offer them different ways to get documentation or reach out to them with questions or to learn more and to even promote their other apps. So this is a great way to engage users who have tried the app once, to get them to really understand the value and to come back for a second time. And then something that's really powerful is actually notifying users when you've made updates to your app. So let's say you fixed a bug or you've created a new feature or added new functionality. We always want to make sure that we are notifying users when these updates are made, no matter how big or small. So something that you can do is create a change log announcement, or again, utilize any of our social channels to make updates about your app enhancements, or if you've built a new app, because that way you continue building on those relationships and making sure that users are aware of the updates that you're making and the improvements that have been done. And then finally, we want to offer a few resources that you can use for your efforts. So we have a blog post which details all of these tips directly on our Miro blog. So you can read them at your own time and follow them. We also have the marketplace listing guidelines with all of the templates linked. So we have marketplace templates and social templates that you can directly use, which are free. And then you can always contact me, Kristina T, directly on the Discord channel for any marketing related questions. And we look forward to seeing your apps in action across social and all the different channels. Thank you.